level. So we can create the first level of data points here. So tomorrow when you are going to use it for your compliance, you are going to use for different departments, you can create all of them part of this master category, under which you can create the category, subcategory to n levels to manage the flow. See, ideally the application is highly configurable, so that the need of customization is very minor in the application here. It will meet all the expectations of the customer. You can create your countries part of the zone wherever your operations are there. So you can create multiple countries over here. You can create within the countries any kind of regions or locations can be created within the countries here. And then you can create a list of branches if you have multiple branches where people are going to access upon. So you can create, depends on the country, depends on the particular location. You can create multiple branches where people can access and use them out. It also comes with a financial configuration for reporting purpose. We have holiday masters for defining the SLAs for every of the conversations. We have an announcement scroll bar, so you can publish announcement which will scroll on the bottom for the access controlled users who can see that. There is a knowledge base option. You can create multiple knowledge items which can be shared with people articles. They can use that. We have a user module where you can create the list of user roles in the system, and you can define multi levels of access control. You can see the CRM head, customer service department, procurement head, purchase manager. So each of them you can define multi-level access control. So when a CRM head user has come, what all the other roles he can access. So that's what we define part of the role access. Then you can define what all the menus they can access. Then what are all the default pages, whether they can access to dashboard, or if they're a normal user, whether they can get into a live agent screen, or they can get into the incident creation screen, or they can get into the pending incident screen to work. All those elements can be configured here. Similarly, you can give about the dashboard access and group access, part of the user management here. Then you can create and manage users. We have default support to Active Directories. However, if you wanted to manually maintain the list of users, you can create the users using the front end, or there is an upload functionality available. You can upload the users and manage them. Created users are complying to the standards of how the user has to be created with a maker checker concept about the password logics, password histories, and it also comes multiple choices to reset their password validity. Every user will be working with defined valid period, so that even in case if there is an unmaintained database, post validity the user cannot log in. Those kind of preventive mechanisms are put in the system. Apart from that, you can define for each of the user levels what kind of access controls they can do, whether they can, you may decide a particular master data can be managed by this user, whereas others can, other master data cannot work on it. So you can go up to the micro level, what are all the access control definitions, which areas they can work, what they can use on that. So all access are available for people to look upon here. Then we have the next component is in workflow. I will take you when I get into CRM for that. Upload is the place where you can upload the master data. You can upload your the user masters and all the things. You can create multiple dashboards, give access rights, part of the dashboard management. Knowledge base, I had shown that you can create knowledge articles, publish to the people. Reporting can be created. We also come with the configurable notification manager. So notifications which are event based or instant notifications, you can create templates and you can trigger it. It can be an SMS or email based notifications, which can go from the notification setting. The product is highly audit trail enabled, so that whatever the changes people are making in the system, it will do an audit, whether the data is inserted, modified, or deleted. All options are audited. At any point of time, we can review from which system that the particular transaction is committed, date and time, which user ID, all informations can be tracked with this. So coming down to specifically to CRM, while we have many other models, first is to creating the workflow. So like you had seen the master categories we created, we are going to define the workflow process here. We can create multiple of your departments to be created here. They can further set their own configurations. Like for example, let me take customer request as a criteria. where you can go and define multiple configurations. So we can define here whether this particular thing is manually we can create the data points, or it has to fetch from some other table. So we can use procedures or queries over there, and whether this particular data is an independent or dependent data. So now if you see here, we created some of the master categories for that. We can see the values what are coming here. So new business, profitable, TMAT, CRDS, COA, like we create multiple data elements which are independent ones. So they will be forming the first category of that. Subsequently, you can drill down, you can create many new configurations. You can add new configurations part of the system here. You can configure new, you can configure workflow for each of them. So for this field, you can create that how you want. It's a dependent value. Then you can create subcategories of them by adding values for that. So you can go up to n levels by categorizing the customer incident or conversation, create the tickets accordingly. You can also create the workflow configuration. The workflow is created based on the settings what has been made. So when I say the customer request, we can say that if it is CDRS, we can define multiple conditions. When these conditions are met, you can define that it has to go for a workflow, and the workflow is to go for this particular user. You can define a user-based or role-based workflow approach. You can even tag users of a specific branch when you say it's a user-based approach. And for the role, a team option automatically come, meaning any user of this particular role has the ability to access the ticket and work on it. We also provide additional facility that if Sundar is opening a ticket and working, when next person come and click the same ticket, system will not allow. It will say the ticket is currently being worked out by Sundar, so that the other person need not put a duplicate effort or work out of that. So when you say a team enable, this particular user role, all the team members can access the ticket and they can work on that based on the branch access. Then we can also define a turnaround time for this. In case if turnaround time is breached, we can set an escalation matrix to whom it has to go. So those elements are configurable part of the workflow management here. The next key thing is about we can define the templates what we created for a customer, non-customer, and when you want to trigger it at the time of creation of ticket, allocation of ticket, closing of ticket, resolving of ticket, how it has to go. I can send generally to all or based on my incident type. So the incident types are created. So based on any of these incident types, I can trigger the workflow process. I can trigger the notification process. Like let me choose about let's say complaints. Let me choose about account related. So we can define the SMS template, we can define the email template, and then we'll move with that. The next is about in case if you are going to use the live agent component, if in case if you are having a call center module, so when a call is landing on, you can define that when somebody is accessing the customer data, which are all the roles require a security access. So that when they hear, okay, can you tell me your transaction number, they put the transaction number. Then you can configure down the line the security questions, right? So system will ask these questions. Only when the call center executive enters the right answer, system will permit him to access the data of that particular customer and move. Otherwise, it will not allow them to do it. Then you can create an email configuration. So you can look into more than one box. As I said, department wise, you can look into the boxes, and each of the boxes system will access. The advantage is we don't run any kind of agents or any kind of engines to access these emails. This is directly an SMTP fetch from your email inbox, email system itself. So there is no limit on number of mails that it can handle, volume. It's a very open-ended system, can handle like your huge volume of emails what you get on your servers. It will seamlessly bring. The second thing is we have already built the inbuilt logic on the system to differentiate the spam messages to the right messages. We come with the HTML based viewing of mails, text based viewing of mails. So all these elements will make sure that these are all the inbuilt components on the application so that it handles your complete email management to 100% perfection of that. Then we also give a provision that some of the key data of customer will be masked, like the name of the customer, mobile number, email number, address, or any of their national ID, so that your call center person will not view it when they are either working on the ticket or whether they are making the call with the customer, so that you make sure that you are complying to the data privacy and protection regulations like GDPR kind of stuff. And you can also do this masking is applicable to which are all the roles that can be defined. We have another parameter that while we capture many data points into the system, we can always define that we wanted to add additional fields. So depends on my incident type, we can add additional fields. There is no limits on number of additional data points what you can capture part of your ticketing, which can be a drop down checkbox, radio, text box, or label. And you can also control the data types, alphanumeric, date, decimal, numeric, what would be the max length of this, and whether it is a mandatory field. So all these elements are configurable on the product, so that in line with your business processes, you can capture additional information before you create an incident or ticket in the system. With this, we just get into the transactional element. So a new incident can be created on a call center mode. I'll also show how it is done on an email inbox mode. So when the data comes, like you see the multiple points here, right? I can use a customer ID, account number, transaction number, mobile number, or in specific personal ID, email ID. So a customer is identified in line with your business logic based on any of these parameters or one of these parameters which you can define. So when a customer is identified, we also have an telephony integration with the system, so that the customer data will automatically populate either with a customer authentication mechanism or what it is. So system comes about the detail of the person, contact number, email address, gender. You can see there are 670 tickets are already open for the customer. Now he is ready for creating a ticket. While you are ready for creating a ticket, we have the facility to automatically pull down the transactional information from your system based on API integrations, or even we can pull it from a database and show it here. So we have different models. So let me took something, an exchange kind of stuff. So you know that these are all the conversations about a particular transaction. If you ask me, this entire ecosystem, what you are seeing is configurable on the back office, on the back end. So it's not that you can add only 20 fields. Even I can bring 50 fields and show it here. So these are all completely configurable in line with the APIs. So we work on two methods. One is we do a real-time API pulling from the data, or second is we pull some of the data to our system, and the CRM handles all the data internally. So it's all depends on how matured your other system is or how your business process is going to happen like that. So based on those parameters, we can do. Like if a customer is having a problem here, you can just click on the data. System will come and automatically bind all the conversational data, so that when it is going for a ticket addressal, they don't need to go and find from multiple places. They can see the complete data points. Yes, Sunny?
Yes, correct. You're right. Now, one thing here, now, these things, see, I don't know. I mean, for transactional data, it will be via API calls only, Sundar sir. Okay.
So that is okay.
Yeah, but for other categories, like say customer or supplier data, that I can give it to you. I don't know. I think there was some, real-time dumps which were getting pushed, or I don't know how it was happening. But it has to be figured out, because the customer and vendor data is subject to change on a periodic basis, basically. The transaction data is more or less real time, Sundar sir. So I think preferably I mean, I was not technically involved there, but I need to check exactly how the
No problem. We support both sides.
agent database, how it was pulled in. And on the similar lines, we plan to pull in customer and supplier database into the system.
No
But
problem.
yes, I
We
think
can
that's yeah.
Okay, and then we can categorize these requests like you had seen some time back,
Correct.
as a category. Then system will guide automatically. So I can do about
Correct.
my subcategory. Then it will guide me
Correct.
about my third level if it is configured.
Correct.
So then it will give me a turnaround time for this particular ticket. there is no time defined for it. Let me get to something else to, let's take
No,
a
that's okay.
service
I
like,
understand. Yeah, I understand this, sir. This is fine. I get it. I get it. Sundar sir, 1 minute, huh? Just 1 minute.
yeah.
Sorry, Sundar sir. I got an
No
apologies for
problem.
this. Yeah.
So it will come back with the turnaround time. It will also calculate based on my working hours when it is going to end,
Correct.
kind of
Correct.
stuff. There are
Mm,
facilities available that the person who is acting on it can create it as per the workflow, or if they believe that the work is completed, they can close it here itself. Or if they wanted to
correct.
send
Correct.
somebody manually, they can click the person and send whether to an user or as a role or as a team, and they can
Or
define
as an
within.
email, Sundar sir. That
Sorry.
is the main business problem with, or as an email. So if I create this
Yeah.
ticket, okay, and so the obviously, okay, let me just give you some perspective here. Unlike Express Money, Sundar sir, here it is unlikely. Okay, I am not that I can convince my finance teams and IT team that I will assign the ticket to you, and then I will create IT departments as a group, and I will assign it to you and then I'll check that team enable button, and you should go and respond to me, and the ticket will come back to me, and then that workflow based model might again I'm telling might not be successful. So what will happen in realistically, and this is my problem statement which I want to address. The moment I create now, this is a manual ticket. Again, you will be showing me an email based ticket. I will create all those tickets perfectly. Whatever you show, I get the data gets binded. I classify the ticket into categories. And if I'm addressing the issue then and there, then I can put stop that, meaning it is an FCR, and I close the ticket immediately. But then if I want to do some follow-ups, then I will be sending emails only from the system, Sundar sir, and to the necessary parties, whether internal to Prepay Nation or external to
Allow
Prepay
me two
Nation.
minutes. I will tell that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So when I can tag the ticket, you can also tag attachments to the
Correct.
ticket. If
Correct.
it is coming from an email, all email attachments will automatically come and fall into this. Even you can attach a scanner and do a ticket scanning and pull the ticket inside that attachment inside the ticket using the subject and description, and they can save this ticket. When it is saved, it is allocated to the people in line with the logic or in line with the allocation. So this page defines multiple ways you can track a ticket. So it can do right from my incident, my team incident, escalated tickets to me, and all incidents I can see it out of my department. I can say the only new incidents. Incidents also I can share with somebody. In case if I go on a leave for 10 days, I can say that for all 10 days my incidents can be shared with this person. So those kind of things can be manipulated here. And I can also even search the tickets. When I just go and search all the incidents, that will come and give me the full of incidents here. We made certain change that instead of they get into it, they can completely see the data points here itself, right? So they can be an attachment or image or email. If you see, these are all emails, right? So they don't need to even get into it. They can see that the incident here itself, then they can prepare to work on it. Now, in case if I want to search an incident, I can type some of the keywords. System will automatically fetch me the incidents which are relevant to it. And the advantage here is that this will says that there are multiple new emails have came to this. Now a
Correct.
ticket
Correct.
is raised, system notify the customer is replying back to it. So it doesn't need a retagging from the people. It will automatically come to the ticket and sit inside and notify the current user of the ticket and the owner of the ticket. There is an email from the customer like this. So those emails are coming inside the system and they can look. When you get on to the ticket handling here, like you said, there will be a follow-up required on the ticket to work upon it. It gives multiple facilities for you. There is something called inter-department queries. So this model where you can internally trigger any kind of notification to the people with a turnaround time and criticality and send it to the people, they can address it. So that the complete audit of all the conversations what you made internally to get the response from the people and close. This is number one. There is a facility for sending mail to the customer is available. Mark a copy to anybody else what you wanted to do. There are templates are available. So by using the template, you can just use the template, make quick modification and send that. You can choose the applicable mailboxes from where you wanted to send this email. That email can go to that customer, or you wanted to change it to somebody, you can change that somebody and then send it to the external people. So that log is also available within the product to know that these are all the conversations that are taken place here. So where you can find the logs is there is an history component where you can find who are all acted on the ticket, their comments, all inter-department queries, all the emails which have been come inside the system, emails which you had sent outside came inside. In case if there is a live agent, somebody is chatting, the complete chat history also will be available here for this ticket. So look every angle, all the communication with the customer, whichever the channel you choose to work, all are managed in a single window. Thereby it makes sure that no, there is no slippage of data, that tomorrow anything happens, you are compliant, 100% in line with your business processes. And here also
So,
they can see the transaction info
Sundar
for
sir,
a quick. Yeah.
sorry, Sundar sir. One query that all email and inbound email, what is the difference, Sundar sir?
No,
If you can
the
just,
inbound
yeah.
email displays only the email what you receive from the customer.
Correct, sir. Correct.
All email is something what you had sent also will be shown.
Ah, got it. I remember now. Akshata, this is the same things, right? What we used to use in XM, Akshata. Akshata, you're on mute, Akshata.
Yes, yes, these are the same things, I mean, which we were
Yes.
using in
Now, this is the
Excel.
problem statement we are actually fighting now with Zendesk, you know. You understand? Because for all these follow-ups, they are creating new tickets
Yes,
separately, you know, and
correct.
which is not serving my purpose actually, you know.
Yes, that is what when I
So,
spoke to Shahid, they told me the same thing. For following up also, they will have to create a new ticket, but which
but
was
this is,
not the case in Express Money.
sorry, Sundar sir, kindly.
No problem. Okay. So this cycle will continue to go until we go and address all the tickets. And once it is resolved, it will come down to a disposal mechanism. In the disposal mechanism, you can identify the root cause analysis for this particular ticket. So this will give you a lot of insight to understand why these issues are happened and what is to be done to rectify them out. So there are number of tickets are there, so it takes time to load. So there we can put the feedback and history of the conversations, and you can update the RCA process for it. So in the RCA process, you can review all the component of that. You can define what is the disposal category, and even they can reopen in case if they are not comfortable with that, it will be reopened, go back to the previous user for his attendance, and they need to close again, come back for the disposal here. So those facilities are available to manage. Quickly, we also have facilities for transferring the ticket, reassigning the ticket, viewing of all the inboxes. So whatever the inbox we had seen, we can access to the emails of all the inboxes or selected inboxes part of the system here. So that will go and fetch all the details. So let me get on to some more mails. So when it looks into it, it will fetch about the details. These are all non-customers, so I keep 999999. So when you come here, it is a registered customer, so it gives the customer ID or whatever it is. So when you get onto the ticket, you can read the email. By reading the email, you can understand the HTML view. You can see the text view of the email, and then you can just reply to that mail, or you can create the new incident when you create the new incident, the complete email content will come and sit inside the ticket creation. The subject is come here, the complete email content has come over here. Now I can classify it, and it automatically fetches the customer detail because he is a known customer. I don't need to tag any information manually. It understands the registered email ID, and accordingly it fills up all the data. I need to just classify them and create a ticket here.
Perfect, perfect.
Okay, so the next point on the application is we have the escalation matrix for setting up escalations. So then we get into the number of statistics on the ticket about the various incidents, their current status, who is working on it. All these tickets are configured out of our report generation tool. So any modifications, any additions or corrections are very simple, doesn't need a coding kind of stuff. The data can be exported by Excel, PDF, CSV, print and all the things. In case if you want to search any specific thing, for example, I want to look fund, you see the real-time search it is, right? It doesn't need a time running kind of stuff. That's the this technology is called a quick report, which we developed inside the application. So I wanted to see the tickets which have come through the email mode. I just type email. You can see that all my tickets or email has come. I don't have put any efforts to get onto it. I can see multiple things which come over there. Number of entries filtered from 1,190 entries. It filtered 392 just like that. That's the kind of technology what we have part of this quick reporting tool. So then we have multiple other ways of analyzing tickets. That's what about the CRM is. You have any queries on this? I want quickly show you.
No, sir. Perfectly, this is perfectly, especially from the time you started the ticket creation from a manual route, from that time till now, then the work perfectly. That is exactly that needs to be demonstrated, Sundar sir. So no queries. I think it just refreshed my memories on my previous company. So this is all perfect. No queries for now, sir. Kindly we can move ahead, sir. Whatever you want to say.
So what I wanted to do next is, okay, rather than I will quickly show how my WhatsApp bot works. So
Exactly.
ignore about personal content on this page, and for sake I can't have a different one.
No worries, no worries.
Person comes to the WhatsApp. This is my web for WhatsApp. They initiate the conversation. So currently we build it for our sandbox. So because it's a sandbox, people have to select their language, people have to select their bot and all the things, because we have more than 30 bots deployed on this now. In your case, they will not do any of these areas. They will come. If you want language, they will use language, and English will be the default language for them. We support 132 languages on the WhatsApp platform for people to communicate. So now I can say here, for example, I am for this a banking customer.
Sorry, Sundar sir, one query I have, if I may, can I?
Yeah,
Now,
please.
so now whatever you just showed is perfect, especially from the email, when the query is coming through email, the objective is to have two separate email configured, and basically like two separate workspaces, one for customer support and one for operations. So the types of issues will be different, and but the logic and workflows will be same in terms of follow-ups, incident summary, incident disposal, but the workspace will be different, Sundar sir. So I just thought that is all. Just that is the only thing.
I'm aware. So if you see that I had asked a question, and it has come down to me with the response, right? There's no human on the other side. It's an automated response. Like I can even do a transaction and show you the power of this. Can you show my current balance? Right. So I'm trying to get into a transactional mode of that. So it will try to authenticate me now. Even we have the facility to understand the registered mobile number. If it is registered number, it will not ask. I am chatting from some other number. So it is asking me to put my mobile number. Otherwise, it will just send me a OTP and then allow me to get onto it. So I don't need to tell my number here. It will take from the WhatsApp directly, and then it will know the show things and move. So it will ask me to enter an OTP. Let me wait for my OTP into my mobile. OTP time verification 763-432. 763-432. So it understand me. It understand I have multiple relationships. It will ask me to select the relationship what I wanted to go in WhatsApp. And it shows my your current balance is this much, right? So it's an example. In your case, can you show my transaction history? Can you show the status of my last transaction? Right? Even they can come and ask, I had initiated a conversation last time. Can you show me the ticket? It will show. If they found there's a problem, then either they can raise a ticket from here itself. So there is not even a mail. They can raise ticket in CRM directly. Or if you wanted to go to a live agent, they can click, they can connect to a live agent, they can communicate, they can raise a ticket in live agent. You don't need to have multiple. You have your company name. That's all. When we get a green tick for you in WhatsApp, even the customers who have not registered your number, you are not saved your number, it will go as your company name. Like how make my trip other thing comes, right? So only one number to all people, they can just communicate wherever they are, they can get on to it. You can have even 10 numbers part of this business. That's the value. We can add 10 numbers, single bot. So country wise, you can keep local number in WhatsApp. All of them can communicate. All of them get the same kind of response to them in their box. It is.
So one question now, this definitely is required for us. Now, see, to be very honest, bot can address routine general inquiries like rates and all those things, which is fine. But now my objective is to give one number only across for all because we do business in 150
Tell you the
countries.
possibilities.
Yeah, I agree, sir. Now, but then I would say, sir, is that 75% would be human facing only. So the way it should work is I get a WhatsApp, okay, and the WhatsApp should come into my CRM, and there's a human that looks into the issue, chats with the customer, and then after the chat is closed, then he creates a ticket for that chat after classifying, and then yeah, and then if required, the ticket can be closed depending on the, or maybe the follow-ups can be initiated and then the ticket can be closed. So that is the loop, that is possible, right?
Readily available.
Okay. I
So
think
you can
this
even put space when you wanted to go with them.
correct.
Right?
That
So
that is something which yeah, you and I will discuss separately, sir, because now
yeah.
I can only chew that much, sir, because currently I am also running short of bandwidth here. I need even once hopefully once we sign up, I need some people under me to drive the entire engagement, which currently I don't have. So if I take everything in all one go, I myself will go mad. But I will talk separately about you to you on this.
No problem. No problem, Sunny. That's all from my side today.
No, I think this perfectly helps. Haza, you have any question, Habibi? Haza?
No, sorry, it's okay. No, it's fine.
The only thing, Sundar sir, is we would have loved to see the reporting tools, while I would, when I say, okay, let me just summarize, I will tell you what my requirement here is. I'm not a big fan of dashboard, Sundar sir. Yes, it is, it is good. But I would want my reports to come in an Excel, in one consolidated Excel. If I to give you some simple examples, I need to say, I need to have the customer ID, incident ID, the nature of incident, when did login date and login time, whether it was closed immediately or not, closure date, closure time, then the follow-ups, if within, suppose I say through the all email screen or whatever if I've done, yeah, all these things, yeah.
You can read all of them here.
Yeah, so yeah, correct. So all these things in an Excel, there has to be an export with a date filter and nature of issue filter and all those things, so that my guy can. Yeah, okay, got it.
PDF, Excel, CSV, print, all options are available.
So we will have like as dashboard in we will have dashboard in the CRM and we can export our data whatever we need. Correct?
Yes, you are right.
Great.
Yeah. Okay,
so
Sunny.
I think,
If you have any other
okay.
thing.
No, nothing, sir. I think it is good that I saw this, and I will before I maybe I'll organize this by Tuesday. Is there any or specific time that you are requesting, or any time in the week next week is so okay with
One
you?
second, let me quickly access my calendar. We can do this anytime next. If it is Wednesday, I have a very open window. We can schedule anytime, not a problem. If it is Tuesday, means I have a slot available after 5 p.m. only.
No issues. Then we'll put it on Wednesday only. And maybe on Monday, I'll be calling you for say 15-20 minutes, and then maybe we'll pick it up from there. I'll block
No
on
problem.
Wednesday only.
No problem. As of now, Wednesday is available.
Okay, no worries. I'll block it up.
Okay, Sunny. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
बहुत छोटी कंपनी है 8-9 बंदे ही है वहाँ पे तुम्हारा लॉगिन ऑलरेडी मीटिंग लॉग आउट करा दो चार्जिंग हो मोबाइल हाँ 57 हो गया हाँ तो ये सही है ना उस वक्त से खींच लिया मेरी चार्जर हाँ हाँ बहुत हो गया पहले को ना एकदम दिल ही नहीं करता कुछ करने का कोई हाँ वो उसका निकलता रहता है एक्चुअली वो गिर गया था नीचे नीचे बहुत जोर से वो वैसे ही रहता है सिर्फ वायर लगा के रखो उसको बोला वैसे टूट गया